I know the actual need of the people.
Why do you have to talk to different classes?
So that you go, carry everybody along.
Take informed decision.
Informed decision, yes.
Yes, very good. Do not assume you already know the needs. Why? Why shouldn't you assume that you already know the needs? You drive past a place always and you're always looking for water. You see people carrying water very far. You are almost certain that they need water there. Why shouldn't you just assume, let's get into the problem?
Because your assumption may not actually align with what you need. Your assumption might actually cause them a problem.
Thank you very much, yes. And then it's possible that water well doesn't work in that area. So don't just say, apply for borehole and give them 20 boreholes and the problems are solved. No, they're not. That's why you must have to visit and talk to different classes of people. If the person you're talking to really has, maybe is poor, but the children sang for him or her at school, the person's program is you say, what is your problem? So, projects for the club of this global grants to the club or district sponsor. If it's a club sponsored global grant, the club is in charge 100%. If it's a district sponsored global grant, the district is in charge 100%. Unlike district grants, that the district can determine so many things. If you apply as a club and you win, you're in charge, including the funds, everything. Clubs and districts can jointly sponsor projects, but only one host and one international partner is allowed. Assume clubs A, B, and C, and Lomé. Y clubs X, Y, and Z, and districts SSS. The contributions to gas clubs: 3 clubs in Lomé and 3 clubs in SSS. Every club of A in Lomé is contributing 10,000. Every club of B in Lomé 10,000. Every club of C in Lomé 10,000. Rotary District 9103 from DPF 20,000. Only one out of this law will be proposed. Rotary does not allow co-hosts. Rotary Foundation does not allow co-hosts. Don't ask me why. See them there, ask them. They don't press. They don't allow co-hosting. But they encourage that clubs and districts come together and do big. They don't allow co-hosting. Similarly, the primary is the same club. There's nothing like club A gave 10,000, club C gave 10,000. They are giving equal amounts. They have for primary from A, secondary from G, secondary from C. All of them has come from one club, it is club sponsored. And all of them was come from the same district, it is district sponsored. So if you have 3, 4 districts coming together, like Nigeria, you have 6 districts. At times you come together to do major projects like polio prevention surgeries and open heart surgeries. But only one district must be the host, while Rotary encourages others to contribute funds. And that district is the only one that will contribute the primary and secondary contacts. Know that cash contributions are not matched, while GDF are matched by 80%. I don't want to go into these technicalities. And then 5% extra is required for cash paid to TRF. If like that $10,000 in cash from A is cash, and they are going to send it to the Rotary Foundation, you have to make provision for additional 5% to cover expenses. Some projects are required to have training components as a major activity. Taking the bulk funds, this is interesting. It's very interesting. Example, we want to provide desks for schools, or want to provide more water well, or want to provide toilet facilities. The Rotary Foundation insists that the training component should be the main focus and consume some funds. I know you want this, but that's the policy. Assuming a school needs 1,000 desks, costing 400,000 CFA, you and your partners have raised 400,000 CFA for the 1,000 desks. So you're sure the problems are solved. You apply for the grant, TRF says no. Include training, which should cost like 60,000, 50,000, or at least 60,000 CFA, which cannot do the 100,000 desks. So please, when you're handling projects like this, ensure that you make provision in the budget for training. This is TRF policy. TRF policy, not my opinion. TRF policy. And as at today, it has not been changed. So if you don't factor that in your budget, what will show you? And the training slides are to be developed and sent to TRL for approval, the staff of TRL. It has to be done by professionals if you want the grant to pass through. The training slides, go through it. You know, Rotary has the best staff in the world, very smart people. You have to go through it and make sure that they take this training very seriously. As a matter of fact, they see that training should take about 60%, then the test should take about 40%. Meanwhile, what you want to provide is test. You want to provide test. The same training must be out of it. This is the policy. While preparing the budget, make provision for contingency. Why? Why should you make provision for contingencies? When you're preparing the budget, why should you make provision? Yes, please.
When you have currency fluctuation and other stuff.
Trade there. Another reason? Yes.
There might be a change in
That's it. Currency fluctuation. The budget in the grant quarter, the budget is in dollars and local currency. Like if you're applying from there's a line item for the dollars and for CFA. If you're applying from Nigeria, there will be dollars and naira. So, and the dollar rate will be static, but the local rate will always fluctuate or might fluctuate. Assuming, as of today, the $1 is 10 CFA, or when you apply for the project, $1 is worth 10 CFA. But during payment, CFA appreciates. I'm sure you like that. You want to see CFA appreciate. CFA appreciates to 8 to $1. Project of 100,000 should give you ordinarily, when you apply, 1 million CFA. You get 800,000 CFA. The grant is approved. Foundation cannot give you more. Cannot give you more money. So, and the payment is done when the exchange rate, when the payment is being made, not when you apply. That's why it's important to have contingency. I'm saying this. Payment is made using the exchange rate. Doing payment, not when the application was submitted. And it's in local currency, not in dollars. If you use CFA, the money will come to the CFA. You cannot say you want it in dollars. No. Contingency sum can be used to defray this additional cost, as will be rightly informed by our brothers here. However, if there's a depreciation, you also get more money. Yes. Example, if instead of $10, if $1 to CFA, it comes to this CFA to $1. The $100,000 will now give you 1.5 CFA. That is more than you need. Who said, wow, wait, so it's not yet to do. Okay, what can you do with SS? I think this is what I'm trying to listing. You either return it or you seek approval to spend the estate. Don't go ahead and say, when it has come, it's a goal, or spend and become TRF. Either you return or you seek approval to spend the estate. Yes, currency fluctuation will be performed. You can provide as much as 10% for contingency. It's allowed. As much as 10%. I'm not sure you can do more than that. And then you can provide for 3% administration expense in the budget. What can the administration expense be used for? Admin expenses. What can it be used for? Bank charges, transport for projects, supervision, etc. Stewardship and time reporting. Progress report is due after 1 week. The day once you get your payments, progress report is due after 1 week, and final report 2 weeks after completion. Even if for some reason you have not started the project, after 1 year, you must send the progress report. The progress report you have not done anything, you print out the bank statement, send the foundation, explain why you have not done that. Even though the foundation doesn't like that, but like during COVID, those who got money and then go to store, shouldn't do anything. But after 1 year, what you need was stupid. Foundation was stupid. They said progress report is due after 1 year. So just print that bank statement, send to them and say, look at what happened, the money is there, but you have the progress. Take stewardship seriously. Why? Why should we take stewardship seriously? If there are issues with the project, both close and international partners, both close and international. So let's take stewardship issues seriously. Money is not paid into personal accounts. Club sponsor, money cannot be paid into club accounts. It is club sponsored global grants. They cannot pay the money to district account because district is the boss. No. And if it's district sponsored, it cannot be paid into district account. So if it's district, no one's going to it has to be Rotary District. If it's club, it has to be Rotary Club of account. No personal account payments. And remember, when in doubt, you consult with the regional grant officer. They are ever ready to help. Now, the grant application. This is what you see when we log into the system. Grant application. We are going to reduce it to what's in mind. Once you log in, you have to find the grant center. This comes with old age, you know. So you sign into my Rotary. That is sign into my Rotary. You go to this is the plan what you see. Sign into my Rotary. Of course, you have to have a Rotary account. Then go to the grant center. Click on the grant center. You see those four my grants, apply for grants, grant search, grant resources. You can see it's self-explanatory. People without going for that, you know what is a grant. You need that you already have grants, you want to look at it. Apply for grants, anyone. You want to search the grant, you have a global grant number, you want to search for it. And then you want to get the resources available to you. So you use the grant search to find all the global grants and district grants sponsored by your district, whether or not your club is involved. And then you can search for grant number, title, or area of focus. After entering the search criteria, use the filter. So this is how to navigate the grant center. Use the menu use the menus on the main page to navigate the grant center. As I said earlier, you can choose my grants if there's one already. Once you click on it, it takes you to the second one. You see my actions. Assuming you need to authorize the grant, you see it there, my actions. If you still in the draft mode, you're still applying for it. You see it there. This is what you see when you log into the system. Exactly like this, nothing more, nothing else. You can see that it's very simple. It gets you through. It gets you through. So if you're going to my grant, it takes you to that second one, the one you want, where you can see my actions, what you need to do, and the draft and authorization required. But if you're applying for a new one, you go to apply for a grant, click grant chair or foundation chair. So you click on global grants, then let's begin. It will ask you basic questions. Once you're done with that, use the same name. You can see save and continue. Once you click save and continue, it saves that stage to the next one. And then the primary contact. If at this stage, you can see, once it recognizes you as the primary contact, but you need to choose whether you're the host or international. Usually the host writes the grant, but the international is helping you to write the grant. Then he or she will grant you that he is international, he or her is international. And that not the host. The next stage is not to choose. This is the second step. If you don't have an international contact, you can't move to the third stage. Now, once you enter this information, the primary and secondary, the system automatically gives you a grant number. And it enters the draft mode. Just these first two stages. It gives you a grant number, that is the step mode. You can always go and come back. But if you stop at the first stage, just name, you just want the committee members. It has been simplified by Rotary. And you can always skip after the first stage, the second stage, you can always skip a step. You don't have certain information, you can continue and come back with later. But there's an issue, please, and to tell you exactly what you need to do. Remember that you can always save and exit. If you need to catch up with something, you can save and exit and come back so long as you already have a grant number. Once you go to the now, you just go to and go to draft and click on the grant number and you can collect on the right side. If you go into the system, you see those resources there. Assuming you need information, if you click on it, it will give you lots of information. And then you can create some other times it will convert it to PDF. And you can save it, you can print it, you can save it as soft copy. Project overview, these are informations. Tell us about this project, blah blah blah. Like if it's a medical mission, disease prevention and treatment. If it's a water sanitation and hygiene, and others. If it's a desk project, basic education and health and child health. Even if you click on the wrong one, the TRS staff will come back to you when it's to say change this, change that. They are very friendly. Add a measure. It will very quickly. Location and date. You should have an idea of where you want to do the project. You should have an idea. Even if you don't want to no problem, you have an idea. But know that it's a vocational program. You need to keep